What's going on, you guys? Oscar DelaHoya apparently don't believe that Canelo Alvarez will ever fight David Benavidez because he's too young and talented. He seems to believe that Canelo Alvarez only want to pick certain fighters. Guys that's falling down the hill, guys that may be past their prime, guys that may have seen better days. But will Canelo Alvarez ever fight David Benavidez? I see the only way that fight possibly happening is if a substantial amount of money is put on the table. Something that he simply can't refuse. Now, it was alleged earlier this year that Canelo Alvarez turned down a 3-fight deal or whatever. It was $100 and something million or something crazy like that. It was a crazy number for Charlo Benavidez. And I can't remember exactly now, but you know what I'm talking about, right? He turned all that down to go the other route, the Bevo route, and it kind of backfired, right? Then he went off to fight Gennady Golovkin, old man Golovkin, not Triple G, old man Golovkin, who a lot of people feel that he came in there for simply just for the payday. He went in there just for the check. I mean, SOG, Andre Ward came out and said Triple G literally came in there just for a check. And watching that fight, yes, that's what it looked like. Triple G left his right hand in the locker room. He was only pity-patting with the left jab and, really not even really consistent with it neither. Not too consistent, not like he was in the first 2 fights. Those type of fights isn't necessarily good for Canelo Alvarez, him constantly fighting these guys. I think the European tour is what really hurt Canelo because he got complacent. Right? He got complacent. He got relaxed. He was just whooping on these dudes over there from across the pond. Easy work. Meanwhile, guys over here on this side of the world, this is where a lot of the killers at. A lot of the guys that can give Canelo Alvarez some really good work. However, he strays away from that, and he'd rather fight across the pond where some may say the competition may not be as deep, may not be as tough, right? But Oscar says Canelo will never fight Benavidez because he's too young and talented. Will Canelo Alvarez be that guy to give a guy like Benavidez a shot like Floyd Mayweather gave him a shot years ago? I don't think so. Canelo Alvarez really seems to like to pick and choose who he wants to fight. And he's been doing it for a long time. Not too many fighters in their 20s, not to mention early 20s, mid-20s, could pick and choose who they want to fight. Canelo Alvarez has been doing this for quite a while now. And now when we look at Canelo Alvarez, he don't seem like that same explosive fighter. Even at 32 years old, he seemed to be on a significant decline. Maybe Canelo Alvarez really needs to take some time off. But will he fight Benavidez? I doubt it. He put a barrier up saying that he represents Mexico and he don't want to fight Mexican fighters. Imagine Julio Cesar Chavez said that. Imagine as Oscar DelaHoya said that. Imagine if Salvador Sanchez said some shit like that, right? Some of the great Mexican warriors of the past. Imagine some of those guys speaking that type of language. It wouldn't sit well with boxing fans, right? It wouldn't sit well with the throwback old school boxing fans. They wouldn't sit well. But in this modern era, things like that can be said. People take it how they want to take it. But I take it as this. Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight tough fights. He don't want to fight. For whatever reason, he don't want to fight Mexican fighters. I look at that as a smack in the face to his people. Because at the end of the day, it's a sport. And I understand this ain't the Olympics. Right? This is world-class fighting. This isn't the Olympics where you're representing a country. Right? This is not necessarily that where you're representing a country. You may end up fighting a guy that's from the same place as you. And by you being the money man in the sport of boxing, now other Mexican fighters have no chances of really eating unless they build their own brand and build their own name and build their own legacy. They will never be able to get an opportunity at a huge payday or just at a high-profile fight with Canelo Alvarez. They will never get that opportunity. That's what that is. Oscar DelaHoya looking at it like, look, man, I fought everybody. Black, white, Hispanic, bigger, smaller, stronger, faster. I fought them all, right? Canelo Alvarez, he's not on that type of time. He's on his own time. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.